Hi, everybody. Father Joe Robinson, the parochial vicar of Sacred Heart here. And, I think I'm going to start the series. A series where we can talk about things of faith, where I can explore points of my devotion to the saints, what's important in the spiritual life, in the spiritual realm, and really explaining a lot of things. Why do Catholics do that, right? There's a lot of videos and podcasts about that, but I think it's important to understand why Catholics do things based on who we are as the people of Sacred Heart, as people of this area. So before I get into talking about points of devotion and other points of faith, I thought I should address something. And this has been weighing heavily on my heart as I try to figure out what's going on. So we all know I'm the parochial vicar here at Sacred Heart. From the moment of my appointment as parochial vicar, I really started to delve into that title and pouring through canon law, pouring through church documents, and really understanding what that means. And it means to be a co-worker of grace with the pastor. So I'm a co-worker with Father Laubach. Father Laubach has a lot on his plate. He has the care of all the souls in his boundaries, even those that are not Catholic. Just everybody. Everyone has recourse to him. So it's my job as parochial vicar to help him out, to implement parish programs, to start to try to affect the good and affect the mission of Christ in this given area. If we've all been paying attention, and I know I sure have, I've been given two more jobs. I am the administrator of St. Peter and Paul in Doylestown, and I'm also the administrator of St. Anne's in Rittman. So, what does that mean? Really, I have been reeling and trying to understand that myself. So, as administrator, I'm called to do the same things as a pastor. I'm called to care for everybody within the boundary. I'm called to lead people to Christ and point the way to God, how God is active in you and how God is active in our local church. The local church has entrusted me of St. Peter and Paul and St. Anne's. Those are the roles of administrator look a little bit different. So first, let's talk about the permanency of it. When Father Laubach was named pastor here at Sacred Heart many years ago, he was given a certain level of steadiness, that he knew his term as pastor was going to, be re-upped after every few years, 5 or 6 years. But as administrator, I don't have that kind of concreteness. I don't really have a steadfast answer for how long it will be, how long of a period, or even what will happen after the period of administration is over. Maybe I might remain. Hopefully, right? I've come to love everything that I do, and even more as I meet everyone who serves the Lord with gladness. But a new priest might come, and that'll be great too. So the term of administrator doesn't have that same level of concreteness, but it comes with all of the levels of responsibility. We have all these terms in the Catholic Church to kind of delineate who should be doing what and who should be working how. I like the metaphor or the symbol of the boat, right? We see that a lot in Catholicism, that a boat is used to describe the church, that as she makes her way through the storms of this world, through the raging waters and through all the tempests and all the strange things that might be out there, we're all safe within her boundaries. But the church relies on all of her members doing the right things. We have people who steer the boats. We have Pope Leo who guides, and Bishop Edward Malasic and Bishop Michael Woost who help guide us and keep us on the right path, that are laying out the course of the stars. You have the administrators and parochial vicars and pastors that are helping to row the boats, but every so often people are taken out of their different positions. So what does this all mean for us? Is we just have to live within the positions of the church that we're given. Right now, it's not up for me to decide or to fully understand what the plan is after administration or even during it. But right now, my mission is to do it to the best of my ability. So that's exactly what I'm going to try to do, and what I've been trying to do since Labor Day when all of these assignments became active. I'm trying to do these to the best of my ability. To be here, the parochial vicar at Sacred Heart, to love and to grow every generation in our parish, to love and grow everyone within the boundaries of Sacred Heart of Jesus, to love and to grow everyone at St. Peter and Paul and at St. Anne's, and to continue to deepen the faith and the presence of Jesus Christ here in the Diocese of Cleveland in our area. I think for my asking part, I would ask the same thing I always ask, the same thing that I asked when the assignments were made public and made known. I ask for your prayers and patience. I try to exercise patience with myself. Sometimes that doesn't happen too well. So I need the good people of God to step in and show that patience to me. That might not be done perfectly, but if we do it right, if we work hard enough, we'll stay within the will of God. As long as we're patient and you pray for me, just as I always pray for you. So join me as we, start talking about the things of faith. As we start talking about devotions and we start, answering questions. May God bless all of you.